You're losing focus. You get distracted, you lie to yourself with excuses, and day after day you drift further away from the man you could become. How long are you going to keep wasting your potential? This video isn't comfortable. It's a reality check, an urgent wake-up call, and that's exactly what you need right now. Today, I'm going to give you an arsenal of Stoic teachings designed to help you reclaim your focus, multiply your productivity, and stop throwing your time away. The Stoics discovered how to destroy a scattered mind and return to what truly matters, working with intention, living with clarity, and acting with purpose. Are you ready to confront yourself and take control of your life, your focus, and your mind? Then don't leave. Stay with me and become a productivity machine, a warrior of relentless focus who improves day after day. But before we begin, be honest with yourself and tell me in the comments, do you feel like each day you're drifting further away from your life goals? Or, if you prefer, simply write, "Today, I focus and multiply my value." And don't forget to subscribe and become a channel member if you want to grow with us every single day. But before we begin, I want you to meet John. John was 38 years old, kneeling on the floor of his small apartment in New York. It wasn't the first time he had felt like this, but it was the first time he couldn't run from the truth. The apartment was a mess, the lights were off. The only sound was the echo of his own heavy breathing. He had lost his job. Was it his boss's fault? The economy? Bad luck? No, none of that. He got fired because he had been late too many times, because he did his work without effort, because he had stopped trying. He had failed in his marriage. Had his wife left him for no reason? Was it a cruel twist of fate? A sudden misfortune? No, of course not. She had left because he wasn't present anymore, because he always had an excuse, because every time she tried to talk to him, he was glued to his phone. But there was something even worse. He had lost confidence in himself, and that had broken him. How did he end up here? He kept asking himself over and over again. Was it stress? Exhaustion? Life turning against him? There he was, staring at the wreckage of his life, searching for someone to blame. But deep down, he already knew the truth. He had dug this hole himself. What John didn't know was that that night, at his lowest point, he was about to find the answer he had been avoiding his whole life. Out of sheer desperation, he started looking for anything to distract him. As he rummaged through his old books, he found a worn-out copy of Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. He had bought it years ago but never read it. Without thinking, he opened it, and his eyes landed on a single sentence. "Stop debating what a good man should be. Be one." Boom. It hit him like a punch to the gut. John closed the book and sat in silence. His mind resisted. But things aren't that simple. But the truth was already there. It wasn't fate, it wasn't his boss, it wasn't his ex-wife. It was him. He was his own worst enemy. He got up from the floor. Not because he suddenly knew what to do with his life, but because he realized that staying there wouldn't change a thing. The next day, he didn't find a job. He didn't fix his marriage. He didn't receive a miracle call. But he did something even more important. He went for a run. Why running? Because he wanted to prove to himself that he could do something difficult and not quit. Day after day, he repeated the same process. Every time his mind told him to stop, he remembered Marcus Aurelius. Today, John isn't a millionaire, he isn't famous, and he doesn't have a perfect life. But he is free. Free from excuses, free from victimhood, free from the weak version of himself he once was. And now, tell me, how much longer are you going to let your own mind hold you back? Because, my friend, this isn't just John's problem. It's yours. It's mine. It's everyone's. And in this video, you're going to learn the 10 Stoic lessons you need to stop being your own worst enemy and start becoming your best self. So tell me, are you going to keep living the way you have until now? Or are you going to take control of your life? Let's begin. 1. Your biggest rival is yourself. Imagine this. You're in a boxing ring. The roar of the crowd pounds in your ears, the lights are so intense that you can barely see clearly. You feel the heat of the spotlights on your skin, the sweat on your forehead, the weight of the gloves in your hands. The bell rings, and with your heart pounding in your chest, you step forward. You scan the ring, looking for your opponent. You know they're there somewhere, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. But then, you realize something strange. There's no one in front of you. You blink, confused. You glance to the sides. The referee doesn't seem surprised. The crowd keeps cheering, but the ring is empty. And then, you see it. There, reflected in the ropes of the ring, in the shine of the sweat-covered floor. There's your real opponent. It's not your boss. It's not the economy. It's not a lack of opportunities. It's not fate, bad luck, or society. It's that voice inside your head. The one that tells you you're not good enough. The one that says you should put it off until tomorrow. The one that convinces you it's not worth trying because you'll probably fail. And here's the big question. How many times have you sabotaged yourself without even realizing it? Think about it. How many opportunities have you let slip away because you convinced yourself you weren't ready? How many projects have you abandoned because you believed you wouldn't succeed? How many times have you postponed something you truly wanted to do because you told yourself, now isn't the right time? The problem isn't the world. The problem isn't the competition. The problem isn't time. The problem is you. Epictetus knew this well. No man is free if he is not master of himself. So now tell me, are you in control of yourself? Because real freedom isn't doing whatever you want. It's doing what you know you need to do, even when you don't feel like it. It's getting up when every part of you wants to stay in bed. It's taking action when your mind tells you to wait. It's telling yourself the truth, even when you'd rather cling to a comfortable excuse. But let's be clear, this isn't easy. Imagine if Epictetus were alive today and met someone who wants to change their life without putting in any effort. Someone who wants to be fit, but instead of training buys miracle weight loss pills. Or worse, someone who signs up for a gym, pays the membership, and then never goes. What do you think Epictetus would say? Probably something like, "You're wasting your time and money. You want others to fix your life for you, but they aren't the problem. The problem is you. You are your own obstacle." And yes, this is hard to hear. But once you accept it, everything changes. Because if you are your worst enemy, then you can also become your greatest ally. So how do you win this fight? First, stop lying to yourself. Grab a pen and paper and write down 3 excuses you tell yourself every day. I don't have time. I'm not good enough. It's too late to start. Now look at them, read them out loud, and question them. Are they real, or are they just convenient excuses? Second, pick one, just one, and destroy it. If you say you don't have time, find 30 minutes. If you say you're not good enough, do it anyway. If you think it's too late, remember that every day you don't try is another day wasted. Remember, my friend, the real fight isn't against the world, it's against yourself. So tell me, are you going to keep battling imaginary enemies, or are you finally ready to look in the mirror and win the real fight? Because if you don't take control, you'll never become your best self. Lesson 2. Stop making excuses. Be honest with yourself, my friend. How many times have you said one of these phrases? I don't have time. I'm just not talented at that. I don't know where to start. Now tell me, is it really that you can't? Or is it just that you don't want to put in the effort? Excuses are comfortable. They protect you. They make you feel good about yourself because they give you a reason not to do what you know you should be doing. But here's the truth you don't want to hear. They're lies, and worse, they're keeping you from becoming your best self. Think about what we talked about earlier regarding your body. If you don't take care of it, you don't move forward. Well, the same thing happens with your mind. It's like a muscle. If you don't use it, it weakens. And every time you make an excuse, you're making it weaker. Every time you say, I can't, you're training your brain to give up before even trying. Do you know what psychology says about this? Your mind hates feeling conflicted. So when you know you should do something but don't, your brain looks for an excuse to make you feel better. This is called cognitive dissonance. It's not that you're lazy, it's that it's raining so I can't go to the gym. It's not that you don't want to study, it's that it's not the right time. It's not that you're avoiding change, it's that you're just not ready yet. Do you see how dangerous this is? You're not just avoiding effort, you're convincing yourself that you're making the right choice. But some people refuse to play this mental game. Look at Arnold Schwarzenegger. When he arrived in the US, he barely spoke English. He had every excuse in the world to stay in his comfort zone. But instead of justifying himself, he learned the language. Instead of complaining about his accent, he turned it into his personal brand. Instead of saying, "This is too hard," he did it anyway. And because of that, he went from being unknown to becoming a successful bodybuilder, actor, entrepreneur, and politician. Do you think he made it because he was lucky? No, of course not. He made it because he didn't allow himself a single excuse. Marcus Aurelius had it right. Stop debating what a good man should be. Be one. Excuses are the barrier between who you are and who you could be. If you keep feeding them, you'll never move forward. Now tell me, have you ever set a goal to learn a new language? You imagined it all. I'm going to learn French. In 6 months, I'll be fluent. You're motivated. You download an app. You watch a video about the best method. But then days go by and the excuses start showing up. I don't know where to start. I'm just not good at languages. You can't really learn without living in the country. And months later, you still can't even order a coffee in French. So, are you ready to stop making excuses and actually become your best self? First, you need to trick your own brain. Instead of saying, "I don't feel like it today," try saying, "Okay, but just a little." Sounds silly? Try it. Are you mindlessly scrolling on your phone? Since I'm here, I'll open the app and do just one lesson. Driving somewhere? I'll listen to just a little bit of this French podcast. The interesting thing? Once you start, the resistance disappears. The hard part isn't doing it, it's starting. Another trick? The mandatory investment method. Every time you make an excuse, pay yourself for it. If you say, "I don't have time to study today," put €5 into a savings account. At the end of the month, use that money for something that helps you grow. A course, a book, something that pushes you forward. This way, every excuse costs you something, and little by little you'll start eliminating them from your life. Every time you say, "I can't," do something small to prove that you can. Every time you say, "It's not the right time," take action right now. Every time your mind tries to justify itself, silence it with action. So tell me, did you train your mind today? Or did you just fill it with excuses? Because if you truly want to become your best self, you need to start challenging your own excuses. Because if you don't, no one else will do it for you. Lesson 3. Erase the noise from your mind. Imagine walking into a crowded room. Everyone is talking at the same time. Some are arguing about politics, others are gossiping, and a few are shouting about products you don't need. The voices blend together, words overlap. You try to focus on just one conversation, but it's impossible. The noise is overwhelming. Now tell me, what would you do in that situation? Most likely you'd leave as soon as possible, because it's impossible to think in the middle of that chaos. So here's the important question. If you wouldn't tolerate being in a room like that, why do you let your mind live in that same noise every single day? Because that's exactly what we do. We fill our heads with other people's voices. Social media, ping, notification, news, flash, breaking story. Messages, beep beep, ads, comparisons, criticism. Everything comes at us without a filter. And without realizing it, we're trapped in a storm of mental noise. And of course, noise is addictive. Psychologists explain it well. The more information we consume, the harder it is for our brains to filter what actually matters. We become restless, distracted, constantly overwhelmed. It's like trying to write on a blank page that's already covered in scribbles. Seneca knew this. He said, "Part of happiness is not wanting what you don't need." You don't need to know what an influencer had for breakfast. You don't need to read about the latest internet controversy. You don't need to fill every minute of your mind with irrelevant information. What you really need is clarity, a calm mind, one that's focused on you and on improving every single day. So, how do you break this cycle? I have a challenge for you. Try a mental diet. Imagine waking up and not grabbing your phone first thing. What can you do instead? Take a minute to stretch, take a deep breath, and just be present. Then have breakfast. Not with your phone in your hand, not with the TV on. Just you, your food, and silence. You leave the house. No music, no podcasts, no news playing in the background. Just the sound of the real world. You hear the wind, footsteps, the little details that digital noise usually drowns out. During the day, every time you feel the urge to check social media for no reason, pause. Ask yourself, do I actually need to see this right now? At lunchtime, you don't scroll through the news. You eat slowly. You actually taste your food. Your mind isn't somewhere else. It's here. In the afternoon, you decide not to read negative news. Nothing happens if you miss a day of world drama. And before bed, instead of mindlessly watching random videos, you write down how you feel. Just a few lines, nothing more. Now tell me, can you imagine a day like that? Less noise, more clarity, less distraction, more focus on yourself, on building your best version. I challenge you to try it, just for one day. Because in a world full of noise, silence is your superpower. Lesson 4. Master your time, or it will master you. Imagine you're in a race, but instead of running, you're walking at a relaxed pace without a sense of urgency. You think the finish line is far away, that you have all the time in the world. You look around, get distracted by anything and everything. Halfway through, you're still convinced that time is on your side. But suddenly you check the clock and realize the finish line is just a few steps away, and you have almost no time left to reach it. This is how we procrastinate. We think we have time to spare, that we can leave things for later, that there will always be more time. But by the time we finally notice, the clock is against us, and we're forced to sprint, trying to do in one day what we could have done in a week. My friend, if you don't master your time, it will master you. And believe me, this isn't just a feeling. Science explains it. There's a psychological principle called Parkinson's Law, which states that a task will expand to fill the time you give it. If you have a week to do something, it will take a week. If you have a month, it will take a month. But if you only have a day, you'll finish it in a day. I'm sure this has happened to you. You have to write a report. It's Monday and they tell you it's due Friday. You think, I have all week, no rush. Monday goes by and you don't touch it. Tuesday, same thing. Wednesday, you glance at it. Thursday, panic kicks in. And by Friday, you're rushing like crazy to finish it. The result? Stress, pressure, and work that could have been much better if you had planned it properly. Seneca made this clear centuries ago. While we waste our time hesitating and postponing, life is slipping away. I know this from experience. I fell into this trap too. My time controlled me. I was stuck in routine, work, responsibilities. I didn't even have time to brush my teeth in peace. Until I realized something. The problem wasn't how many things I had to do. The problem was that I didn't know how to prioritize. So I had to learn to manage my time intelligently. Do you know what the first thing I did was? I cut my to-do list down to just 3 tasks per day. No more writing down 20 things and only getting one done. Just 3, but the 3 most important ones. If it worked for me, I'm sure it will work for you too. So don't overwhelm yourself with a million tasks. Just pick 3 and they must be specific. If you have a business, instead of writing work on my company, write call 3 key clients, finalize this week's budget, or plan the social media strategy. If you're studying, don't just write review material. Be precise. Create an outline of the first 3 topics, or solve 5 math problems. If you want to improve your health, exercise is too vague. Instead, write go to the gym and complete my weightlifting routine, or prepare 3 healthy meals for tomorrow. With just this one change, you'll notice a massive difference. Instead of feeling trapped in a never-ending cycle, ending the day exhausted but unfulfilled, you'll actually see real progress. You'll finish your 3 most important tasks, and finally feel like you're moving forward in the things that truly matter. And the best part? Once you complete those 3, if you have extra time, you can do more. But the key is that you will have already guaranteed your growth, your improvement, your best version. Because now, instead of wasting time, you'll be investing it in yourself. So tell me, my friend, are you still letting time dictate your life? Or are you finally taking control? Let us know in the comments. What 3 tasks will you prioritize tomorrow to start building your best self? Lesson 5. Live in the present. Living in the present moment is key to experiencing life to the fullest. It allows us to focus on what's happening right now, without getting distracted by the past or worrying about the future. This mindset encourages us to value every experience, embracing both the challenges and joys as they come. The Stoic philosophers, like Marcus Aurelius, emphasize the importance of being in the here and now. In his writings, he said, "Concentrate on what you're doing and how you're doing it," reminding us to keep our attention on the present moment and our immediate actions. Staying present can be a challenge because of the constant stream of thoughts and worries that fill our minds. These distractions pull us away from truly living in the moment, the only place where life actually unfolds. Seneca once advised, "Keep your mind in the place where your body is," offering guidance on how to avoid being swept away by thoughts that drag us out of the present. This is where the practice of mindfulness comes in. Mindfulness is a powerful tool to help us cultivate this ability. It means paying close attention to our everyday experiences, like the taste of our food or the feeling of the wind on our skin, without passing judgment. These simple, conscious acts ground us in the present, deepening our connection to life itself. Seneca also reminded us that true happiness lies in enjoying the present moment without relying on the future. Adopting this perspective allows us to appreciate every instant, free from the weight of anticipation or nostalgia. Focusing on the here and now is about finding a balance, learning from our past experiences and planning wisely for the future, without letting these thoughts dominate our current state of mind. In the end, living in the present moment is crucial for leading a rich and conscious life. It's an ongoing effort to center ourselves and cherish each moment, which greatly enhances our emotional and spiritual well-being. Remember, every instant is a chance to live genuinely, and it's these moments that form the true essence of our lives. 6th lesson. What does success mean to you? Take a moment to reflect. Is the success you're chasing truly yours, or is it what others have convinced you to pursue? It's easy to fall into the trap of chasing the world's definition of success: money, fame, recognition. That's why I'm asking, have you ever stopped to question if you're pursuing something that genuinely fulfills you? Imagine success as a suit. There are beautiful, elegant, and flashy suits that others wear proudly, but they're not tailored to fit you. You can try to put one on, but it will always feel too big or too tight. The discomfort will be constant, and no matter how good it looks on the outside, you won't feel right in it. Why? Because it's not your suit. It's not your success. Do you remember the old story of the tortoise and the hare? The hare, confident in its speed, mocked the tortoise for being slow. One day, they decided to race. From the start, the hare sped ahead, but feeling superior, decided to stop and rest. Meanwhile, the tortoise, undeterred by the hare's speed and unfazed by its taunts, kept moving forward, step by step, slowly but steadily. With persistence, the tortoise stayed focused on its abilities, never trying to compete with the hare or rush the process. In the end, the hare lost the race because it underestimated the tortoise's consistency. It judged the tortoise based on its perceived limitations and overestimated its own abilities. There are many lessons to take from this fable, but here's the one that matters today. It doesn't matter how fast others seem to be moving or how successful they appear. What matters is that you follow your own pace, focused on your own path. If we compare, the hare seemed like the better runner, right? But its abilities were useless because it lost sight of what truly mattered: the goal. The tortoise, on the other hand, defined success on its own terms, with perseverance and focus, and reached the finish line. The Stoics invite us to reflect on this. Seneca wrote, "No wind is favorable for the sailor who doesn't know which port he's heading to." If you're not clear on what success means to you, you'll drift aimlessly, chasing goals that don't fulfill you. And when you finally reach them, you'll find they only leave you wanting more. Modern psychology backs this up. Research shows that people who pursue goals aligned with their personal values and passions are happier and more satisfied with their lives. On the other hand, those chasing external objectives like social approval or status often end up feeling empty, even when they achieve what they thought they wanted. True success isn't measured in universal terms. It's measured by how well you live according to your values and how you build a life that resonates with you. So today, I invite you to pause. Ask yourself, what truly fulfills me? What makes me feel alive? Here's a hint. Don't look for the answer in applause, trophies, or numbers. As I mentioned earlier, the answer is already within you, waiting for you to have the courage to embrace it and follow it. So tell me in the comments, what does success mean to you? Is it something that makes you excited to get up in the morning? Or is it a checklist of goals imposed by others? I'd love for you to share your idea of success with us. We're listening. Lesson 7. Embracing obstacles as opportunities. When life presents us with unexpected situations, instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" we should ask, "What lesson can I take from this? How can this experience make me a better person?" This is the core teaching of Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor and philosopher, once wrote in his famous Meditations, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This powerful quote reminds us that each challenge doesn't just test our endurance, it also holds valuable lessons waiting to be uncovered, no matter how overwhelming it might seem. It's all about spotting the positives in difficult moments and using them as stepping stones for personal growth. Sure, tackling obstacles isn't a walk in the park, but when we face them with a mindset aimed at growth and learning, it allows us to better navigate the ups and downs of life. So, when you encounter a challenge, whether it's huge or small, take a moment to pause and reframe your mindset. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation? How can this experience make me stronger and wiser? This perspective isn't limited to ancient Stoic wisdom alone. Throughout history, great leaders have also demonstrated this approach with their lives. Let's reflect on the journey of a figure who faced relentless challenges but chose not to let adversity define them. For instance, a leader who transformed hardship into a period of introspection, using those moments to build an unwavering resilience that eventually led to great accomplishments. They didn't just survive their difficulties, they grew and evolved into an even stronger, more determined leader. Their story is a testament to how obstacles can be transformed into opportunities for growth and progress. Like Marcus Aurelius's teachings suggest, the more we resist our obstacles, the more we give them control over us. But if we take on a Stoic attitude, accepting these hurdles, learning from them, and using them to grow, we can find strength in the struggle itself. The key question is, what practical steps can we take daily to develop this kind of resilient mindset? Imagine a typical situation that you usually see as a roadblock. You're stuck in traffic on your way to work, and instead of spiraling into frustration, you decide to shift your perspective. You turn this seemingly wasted time into an opportunity by listening to a motivational audiobook or a podcast that broadens your knowledge. By doing this, you're telling your mind, this obstacle isn't a setback, it's a chance to improve myself. In another scenario, if you face criticism at work or in your personal life, take a moment before reacting. Stop, breathe, and ask yourself how you can use this feedback to sharpen your skills or demonstrate your ability to adapt and learn. Turning obstacles into opportunities is not always about making dramatic changes. It's about small yet consistent shifts in our thinking that gradually lead us toward a more resilient, growth-oriented mindset. Lesson 8. Don't fear solitude. Ah yes, solitude. A tricky topic, isn't it? How much time have you spent seeking others to fill the voids that only you can fill? In a world full of distractions and shallow connections, solitude feels like an enemy, when in reality, it's a powerful teacher. Here's the truth. The time you spend with yourself is never wasted. It's an investment with returns greater than any stock market could offer. Think of solitude as a lighthouse in the middle of the ocean. When the waters are calm, you don't need its light. But when the waves rise and the wind howls, the lighthouse is the only thing guiding you safely to shore. Solitude, when embraced, brings clarity. It shows you what truly matters and reminds you that your greatest strength has always been within you. Marcus Aurelius understood this perfectly. He wrote, "In your own soul lies the safest refuge." This refuge doesn't depend on others' opinions, applause, or company. It's a place you can only access when you dare to be alone. Here's a tough but necessary question. Do you fear solitude? It's hard to admit, and maybe you're unsure of the answer. To find out, ask yourself, do you often seek the noise of others when you're alone? Maybe you fill your time with gatherings, shallow conversations, or anything that keeps you from facing your own thoughts. It's okay to admit it. It's an act of courage. Only when we recognize our fears can we begin to confront them. At first, solitude can feel uncomfortable. That silence whispers in your ear, "You're alone." Does that mean no one wants to be with you? But over time, those whispers transform into something deeper, something real. You start to hear yourself, to know yourself better. Solitude doesn't isolate you. It connects you to who you truly are. It helps you face your fears, recognize your strengths, and understand what you really want out of life. Let me ask you, how many times have you avoided being alone because you were afraid of what you might discover? A lot? What if you changed your perspective? What if I told you that what you find isn't something to fear, but a gateway to your best self? In a world that teaches us to fear solitude, being able to embrace it is an act of bravery. It's your chance to reclaim your time, your purpose, and most importantly, your connection with yourself. So don't fear being with yourself, because solitude isn't emptiness. It's the space you need to grow, to listen, and to build the life you deserve. Are you ready to stop searching outward and discover everything that's already inside you? Listen, the time you spend with yourself isn't wasted. It's the first step to stop wasting your life and to focus on what truly matters, you. Ninth lesson, build self-discipline. Think about a simple, everyday situation, like choosing to read a book instead of watching TV. Picture this. After a long day at work, you sink into the couch and see your favorite show playing on the screen. But on the table right next to you is that book you've been meaning to read for months. This is where self-discipline comes into play. Choosing the book over the temptation of the TV strengthens your commitment to learning and personal growth. That decision not only enriches your mind, but also boosts your ability to prioritize beneficial activities in other parts of your life. Another example is the choice to wake up early to exercise. Even though daily routines can make this goal feel challenging, setting your alarm just 30 minutes earlier and committing to a quick workout session can make a huge difference in the long run. The Stoics taught us that these small acts of self-discipline not only improve our physical and mental health, they also help build our determination and capacity to handle bigger challenges. Building self-discipline is about more than just setting strict schedules or cutting out fun from our lives. It's actually about empowering ourselves to make decisions that align with our deepest values and long-term goals. It means choosing what's truly beneficial for us, rather than what feels easiest in the moment. At its core, self-discipline is about having control over our own actions, saying yes to the things that drive us forward and no to the ones that hold us back. So, how can we develop self-discipline in our daily lives? It starts with taking small steps, setting clear and achievable goals in areas like diet, exercise, or spending habits. Each choice we make in line with these goals strengthens our self-discipline. As the philosopher and emperor Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes stronger when it abstains from what is inappropriate." This wise Stoic teaching reminds us that it's not about being perfect. It's about having the power to resist the pull of easy rewards for the sake of something greater. Lesson 10. Reflect regularly. Taking the time to reflect regularly means stepping back to think about our actions, thoughts, and the journey we've been on. Reflection isn't just about sitting in silence. It's about personal growth, self-awareness, and aligning with our deepest values. In a world that moves at lightning speed, this practice helps anchor us, making sure we're not just drifting, but actually steering our lives in the direction that truly matters. The Stoics deeply valued the practice of reflection, understanding its power to shape our lives. Marcus Aurelius, in his famous Meditations, set an example of what this could look like. He was not only a Roman emperor, but also a philosopher who dedicated time to examining his life, decisions, and moral values through writing. He saw reflection as an essential part of living a life of virtue and purpose. So, how do we bring this Stoic practice of self-reflection into our busy modern lives? Start by turning it into a daily habit. Take a few minutes each night before bed to think about your day. Ask yourself, how did my day go? Where did I face challenges? And how did I handle them? Writing down your thoughts in a journal can make this even more powerful. Putting pen to paper not only deepens your reflections, but also gives you a tangible record of your progress and growth over time. Use this reflection time to also practice gratitude. As you review your day, take a moment to appreciate the small joys and positive moments, no matter how minor they may seem. Focusing on these positive experiences can help counter our natural tendency to dwell on the negatives, encouraging a more balanced and optimistic view of life. It's also crucial to approach your reflections with kindness and compassion toward yourself. Instead of being harsh or overly critical, treat your reflections as chances to learn and grow. Lesson 11. Speak less, make more impact. It is said that Miyamoto Musashi, the legendary samurai, rarely spoke, not because he was shy, not because he had nothing to say, but because he knew that words mean little if actions don't back them up. Legend has it that before every duel, his opponent would boast about their skills, make bold promises of victory, and try to intimidate him with grand speeches. Musashi, on the other hand, simply observed in silence, and when the moment of truth arrived, he let his sword do the talking. In the end, the one who spoke the most was always the first to fall. Epictetus put it simply, don't explain your philosophy, embody it. Think about it. What's the point of saying you're disciplined if you don't keep your commitments? What's the point of promising to change if you keep repeating the same habits? What's the point of talking about your plans if you never take action? Here's the uncomfortable truth. When you talk too much, you lose focus. You waste energy explaining what you will do, convincing others, seeking validation. And in the end, all you accomplish is distracting yourself from what really matters, taking action. Now imagine this. You have a brilliant business idea. In your mind, it's crystal clear: the name, the logo, the website, the marketing strategy. You can already visualize success, and every person you meet, you tell them with excitement, I'm launching my own business, it's going to be amazing, I'm going to revolutionize the market. Day after day, you keep talking about it. You make lists, watch videos, read about entrepreneurship. You feel like you're making progress because you're thinking about it all the time. But the reality, you haven't done a thing. You haven't built a product. You haven't made a single call. You haven't taken the first step. And the worst part? The more you talk about it, the more you feel like you're already on your way, like just saying it out loud is enough to make it real. But it's not. Weeks later, you see someone else launch a similar idea and you think, that could have been me. So, do you really want to build something real? Or do you just like the idea of talking about it? Look, becoming your best self isn't about announcing what you're going to do. It's about doing it. Let your results speak for you. Don't tell people you're changing, let them notice. Don't announce that you're going to wake up early. Just do it. Don't explain that you've become more disciplined. Let your actions prove it. This isn't about hiding your progress. It's about focusing on execution instead of wasting energy on words. And beyond that, use fewer words and more presence. Listen more. Speak only when you have something meaningful to contribute. Instead of trying to impress with speeches, impress with your attitude. Because in the end, words come and go. But actions, they leave a lasting impact. Now tell me, do your words add value, or do they just fill the air? Because your best self isn't built with promises, it's built with actions. Lesson 12. Use your mind as your greatest weapon. Once upon a time, there was a warrior who owned the sharpest sword in the kingdom. It was said that he could cut through anything with a single strike. But over time, the warrior stopped practicing. Confident that his blade would stay sharp, he left it in its sheath. Months passed, years passed. One day, he was challenged to a duel. Certain of his skills, he drew his sword and attacked. But the blade was rusted, dull, useless. His greatest weapon, the one that had once made him invincible, had become dead weight. Now think about this. How many times do we do the same with our own minds? Your mind is like a sword. If you sharpen and use it daily, it becomes your greatest ally. But if you neglect it, it weakens, rusts, and becomes slow. Benjamin Franklin understood this better than anyone. And believe it or not, he wasn't born a genius. He became one of the greatest minds in history because he trained his mind every single day. He had a plan: read, write, analyze, debate with himself. Not because it was easy, but because he knew that without effort, he would never achieve anything great. Sometimes I wonder if he read Epictetus when he said, "Only an educated man is free." The Stoics knew this well. Knowledge isn't just about learning more facts, it's the key to independence. Whoever controls their mind, controls their life. But those who leave it at the mercy of distractions, laziness, and mindless noise become prisoners of their own limitations. Maybe you haven't noticed, but every time you let your mind run on autopilot, every time you spend hours consuming pointless content, every time you avoid a challenge because it's too hard, you're weakening it. Over time, words start slipping away. You struggle to remember names. You become slower at solving problems. And one day, you realize your mind isn't what it used to be. Mel Robbins, one of the most direct speakers on mental discipline, says the problem isn't that you don't know what to do. It's that your brain is wired to protect you from effort. Every time you try to start something difficult, your mind immediately comes up with an excuse. Yes, those same excuses we talked about earlier, but luckily, you already know how to control them. So if you want to turn your mind into your most powerful weapon, you need to train it. First, use the 5-second rule. The next time you hesitate to do something important, count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and just do it. Don't overthink it. Don't give your brain time to sabotage you. Just act. Second, train your mind with small, consistent challenges. Every day, do something that pushes your mental limits. It can be as simple as reading an article on a new topic, solving a puzzle, or memorizing a phrase in another language. Whatever it is, just do it. Lastly, strengthen your critical thinking. Don't settle for the first piece of information you hear. Question it. When you read or listen to something, ask yourself, does this make sense? How can I apply this to my life? Are there other perspectives? The more you train your mind to analyze, compare, and reflect, the sharper it becomes. Knowledge isn't about collecting facts, it's about knowing how to use them. So tell me, my friend, are you sharpening your sword, or are you letting it rust? Remember, just like your body, your mind is the one thing that will always be with you. It's the most powerful tool you'll ever have to achieve everything you want. Use it well. Lesson 13. The path to authenticity. Take a moment to think about this. How can you start caring less about what others think and focus more on staying true to yourself? The first step is understanding that you are the author of your own life story. You hold the power to define your worth, not society, not your followers on social media, and not the people around you. True self-esteem is built on who you really are, the values you stand for, and the effort you put into becoming your best self. Next, make self-reflection a regular practice. Ask yourself, what kind of life am I living? Am I making choices based on what I truly want, Or am I just trying to fit into someone else's idea of who I should be? Reflecting on these questions will help you align your actions with your true self and guide you toward a life that feels genuine. Finally, embrace vulnerability. Being true to ourselves means accepting our flaws and recognizing that perfection is just an illusion. It's okay to be a work in progress, to make mistakes, and to learn from them. This kind of authenticity attracts the right people into our lives, the ones who appreciate us for who we really are. Let's be brave in our authenticity, just like the ancient Stoics taught us, living lives that resonate with our deepest truths. When we do this, we don't just get by. We thrive with the confidence that comes from knowing we are living authentically, aligned with our values and true to ourselves. Remember, your worth is inherent and unique. By staying true to who you are, you don't just affirm your identity, you shine your light in the most genuine and powerful way. This is the true reflection of your inner greatness, a brilliant testament to your value, and a powerful reminder to the world of just how much you're worth. Lesson 14. Don't be perfect, just move forward. Have you ever felt too scared to start something because everything wasn't just right? That idea that you need the perfect moment or to be an expert before taking the first step? My friend, let me tell you something. Perfection doesn't exist. It's a mirage. Always one step ahead, an elegant excuse to avoid starting. Picture this. You're at a harbor, and your ship is ready to set sail. But instead of departing, you stay there, checking every rope, every sail, waiting for a day with no clouds or wind. Meanwhile, other ships are sailing by, flawed, imperfect, but moving toward destinations you can only dream of. And why? Because you refuse to go until everything is perfect. That's the trap of perfectionism. It keeps you stuck at the dock, frustrated while life moves on. And this isn't just an inspiring metaphor. According to a Harvard University study, perfectionism is closely tied to procrastination. Researchers found that people chasing unattainable standards aren't the ones reaching their goals. They're the ones avoiding tasks out of fear of failure or judgment. It's a vicious cycle. The more you strive for perfection, the less you do, and the less you do, the more incapable you feel of moving forward. Progress, not perfection, is what takes us far. The Stoics understood this well. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you wait for the ideal, you'll never act. Do what you can with what you have right now." Every small step matters. Every action, no matter how insignificant it seems, adds up. And really, what's the point of waiting to know everything before you begin? If you never start, you'll never know anything. Think about it. How many things have you left undone because you didn't feel good enough? Maybe you wanted to learn a new language but thought you'd never sound like a native speaker. Or you dreamed of improving your health but froze because you didn't have the perfect workout plan. You get the idea, don't you? There's immense power in simply moving forward, even if you don't have it all figured out. What's the worst that can happen? That you make a mistake? Listen to me, I hope you do. That's how you'll learn. Every day you practice, every small effort is building something bigger. The secret is consistency, not perfection. So ask yourself, what could you achieve if you stopped waiting for the perfect moment? If you stopped making excuses and simply started? Because you don't need to have all the answers right now. You just need to take the first step, then the next, and the one after that. Remember, my friend, stumbling isn't failure. It's part of the journey. And on this journey, it's not about being fast or perfect. It's about moving forward with purpose. So let go of the weight of trying to do everything flawlessly and start today. Because every step, no matter how small, brings you closer to the life you deserve. Lesson 15. Focus on what you can control. Picture this. You're all set to go to a concert with your friends, something you've been looking forward to for months. Just as you're about to leave, you get the news that your transportation has been canceled due to a mechanical issue. Frustration hits you immediately because now you might be late and miss part of the show. Then, as if things couldn't get worse, you get a message with negative feedback on a project that's really important to you, and your stress levels skyrocket. It's easy to let these setbacks trigger an intense emotional reaction. but how you choose to handle them will make all the difference to your mental and emotional well-being. This is where one of Stoicism's most powerful lessons comes into play. Focus on what you can control. Epictetus, the famous Stoic philosopher, once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Think about that for a moment. The issue with your transportation and the negative comments on your project are things beyond your control. No matter how much you wish you could change them, you can't. But what you can change is your reaction to these events. This aligns perfectly with the Stoic practice that urges us to recognize that our true power lies in our thoughts, reactions, and actions. You could let yourself be consumed by anger and frustration, which will only make the situation feel even worse. Or you could take a deep breath, accept the situation, and respond in a calmer, more thoughtful way. While waiting for a new ride, you might use the time to listen to a song that lifts your mood, call a friend you haven't spoken to in a while, or simply enjoy a moment of peace with yourself. The situation won't magically improve, but your emotional response will change, reducing your stress and making the day a bit brighter. This Stoic principle of focusing on what we can control applies not just to moments like traffic jams or unexpected delays, but also to our personal goals, our interactions with others, and how we handle life's obstacles. Shifting your focus in this way isn't always easy, but it's a skill worth practicing every day. Remember, it's about progress, not perfection. As we learn to concentrate on what's within our control, we'll move beyond just surviving life's challenges. We'll begin to thrive no matter what comes our way. Lesson 16. Cultivate a growth mindset. Self-improvement isn't about reaching perfection. It's about understanding who you are, recognizing your strengths and weaknesses, and taking consistent steps toward becoming a better version of yourself. Modern psychology offers valuable insights into this mindset of continuous growth, aligning closely with the teachings of the Stoics. Psychologist Carol Dweck introduced the concepts of a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. Her research shows that believing in your ability to grow and develop through effort can lead to incredible personal achievements. This idea fits perfectly with the Stoic vision of personal excellence. If you believe you can improve, you will. But if you convince yourself you can't, that belief also becomes your reality. Pursuing personal excellence doesn't mean chasing perfection. It means being proud of who you are and how you're living your life. It's about celebrating every step forward in your journey of learning and growth. In today's world, where social media and external validation often affect our self-esteem, it's vital to remember the Stoic lesson on self-worth. Our value isn't determined by the approval of others, but by our authenticity and our commitment to living in harmony with our values. I invite you to reflect on this growth mindset and recognize that you are the only true judge of your worth. If you're ready to embrace this perspective, leave a comment saying, "My worth is immeasurable." Remember, only you have the power to define your value. 17th lesson. Compare yourself only to yourself. Let me be honest with you. Comparing yourself to others is a battle you'll never win. It's a waste of time. There will always be someone faster, richer, stronger, or more successful. Comparing yourself to others is like trying to catch the horizon. No matter how fast you run, it will always be out of reach. And do you know why? Because it's not your race, it's not your path, and it's not your life. This isn't a new idea. The Stoics understood it long ago. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Never be envious. Another person's path is not your path." He was absolutely right. Your real rival isn't out there, it's inside you. The only comparison that makes sense is with the person you were yesterday. Your achievements, your mistakes, and the effort you're willing to put in today to become just a little bit better. Now, I'm not Epictetus or Seneca, but I can share my own experience with this. A few years ago, I constantly compared myself to others. I was that person, always looking outward, dreaming about someone else's car or fitness level. I remember spending hours on social media, scrolling through people's trips, their purchases, their seemingly perfect lives. I'd tell myself, Look at everything they've achieved. Why am I not there yet? That obsession drained my energy and made me feel inadequate. It was like being in a bike race but spending all my time looking at the riders around me instead of focusing on my own pedals. One day I stopped. I literally stopped what I was doing and asked myself, what am I gaining from this? The answer was simple: nothing. At that moment I decided to change. I stopped allowing myself to scroll endlessly. I promised myself I'd look inward instead of outward. I set small daily goals, and most importantly, I started measuring my progress based on where I was before, not on where others were. And do you know what happened? Something magical. My energy came back, my focus sharpened, and little by little I climbed out of that pit of envy and helplessness. I discovered that true success isn't about beating others. It's about surpassing your own limits. But this isn't just motivational talk. It's backed by science. Research from the University of Toronto shows that people who focus on their personal goals, instead of comparing themselves to others, experience higher levels of happiness and self-esteem. It's simple. The less you compare yourself to the world, the freer you'll be to move forward on your own path. Imagine your life as a garden. If you spend all your time looking at your neighbor's garden, wondering why their flowers are bigger or more colorful, you'll neglect your own. But if you focus on watering your plants, pulling out the weeds and nurturing the soil, your garden will eventually bloom, unique and beautiful in its own way. So let me ask you, how much time have you wasted looking at someone else's life instead of working on your own? How many times have you felt less worthy simply because you measured your success with someone else's ruler? Today, I invite you to make a change. Stop looking outward and start looking inward. Take small steps. Recognize your achievements, no matter how small. Make a list of your strengths and what you've learned along the way, because at the end of the day, the only comparison that matters is whether you're a little better today than you were yesterday. Remember, my friend, you're not in anyone else's race. Your only competition is with yourself. So focus on your garden, pedal your bike, and measure your progress with the only standard that matters: your own. Lesson number 18. Don't give away your time. Think about this. The value you give to your time is the value you give to yourself. Every minute you give away carelessly, every commitment you accept out of fear of saying no, is like signing a blank check with your energy and letting others decide how much to take. Does that sound fair to you? Tell me, what price do you put on your life? Imagine you own a priceless jewel, one of a kind in the entire world. Would you leave it lying on a random counter for anyone to use as they please? Of course not. You'd protect it, guard it carefully, and make sure only those who truly value it could even see it. Well, my friend, you are that jewel. Your time is your most valuable resource, yet you give it away to anyone who asks for a little attention. The problem is, we often don't realize how much this bad habit costs us. We get so caught up in trying to meet everyone's expectations that we forget our time isn't endless. We lose it in pointless meetings, empty conversations, or distractions that add nothing to our lives. But let me be clear. Every hour you waste on something that doesn't help you grow is one less hour you could invest in yourself, your dreams, and what truly matters. Let me put it in the words of Epictetus. If someone tried to steal your possessions, you'd do everything to stop them. So why do you let people steal your time without resistance? Picture a glass of crystal clear water. Every drop represents your time and energy. Now imagine that instead of drinking from that glass to quench your thirst, you're pouring it into cracked plastic cups all around you, trying to fill something that will never be full. What's left for you in the end? Exactly, nothing, just exhaustion and frustration. Protecting your time isn't easy, I know. The world is designed to rob you of every last second of your attention. But if you focus, it's possible. Start by identifying which activities truly add value to your life and which don't. Make a list, write down your priorities, and compare them to how you actually spend your day. Learn to say no, firmly but respectfully. You don't need to apologize for putting yourself first. Block those constant notifications, limit your social media usage, and carve out time for yourself, whether it's to read, meditate, or work on a personal project. At first, it'll feel uncomfortable, I get it. People may not understand, and you'll feel tempted to fall back into old habits. But trust me, every step you take toward better time management will be worth it. Focusing on yourself doesn't mean ignoring others. It means setting clear boundaries so your time and energy are invested in what truly matters. Here's the big question. How many things are you saying yes to that actually deserve a no? How many times have you agreed to something you knew wasn't good for you, just to avoid rejection or judgment? Remember, my friend, every decision you make about your time is a declaration to the world of how much you value yourself. Don't waste it. Use it with intention. Because in the end, time doesn't come back, and only you can decide what to make of it. So tell me, what will you do with yours? Lesson 19. If you don't believe in yourself, no one will. Let me tell you Jim's story. He had a dream so big that people laughed when he talked about it. He was a nobody, a kid sleeping in a van who had dropped out of school to help his family, performing small comedy shows in run-down bars, hoping someone would give him a chance. But no one believed in him. Well, almost no one. Because he did. He believed in his own potential. So much so that he did something most people would call crazy. He wrote himself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered and dated it 5 years into the future. He kept it in his wallet and looked at it every single day. Every day he reminded himself that he was worth it, that he would make it. 5 years later, he was offered a role in Dumb and Dumber for $10 million. Yes, exactly, you guessed it. That kid was Jim Carrey. Now tell me, can you imagine what would have happened if he hadn't believed in his own talent? How many times have you stopped yourself before even trying? How many times have you said, I'm not good enough, before even taking the first step? If you don't bet on yourself, no one else will. Marcus Aurelius understood this well. You have power over your mind, not external events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Think about it for a moment. What would have happened if Marcus Aurelius hadn't believed in himself? An emperor doubting every decision? I don't know if I should lead Rome today. Maybe tomorrow. Or worse, let me ask the barbarians if they'd rather invade now or later. Spoiler, he wouldn't have won a single battle. Marcus Aurelius was an emperor because he had an unshakable mindset. He knew that everything started in the mind. And now tell me, how many times have you let others define what you can or cannot do? Imagine you decide to move to another country to learn a new language and find a job. You're excited, motivated, ready for the adventure. But then the voices start. That's too hard. You'll end up coming back. You won't make it there. And little by little, you start to doubt yourself. You begin to believe in their fears more than in your own abilities. What if you fail? What if you don't make it? What if... Stop. No more what ifs. If you don't believe in yourself, no one will. So do you want to start believing that you can become your best self? First, make a list. Write down 3 things you're genuinely good at. These can be skills, personality traits, or strengths that have helped you in the past. Then, write down 3 things you can improve. But be careful. This isn't to discourage you. It's to help you see that everything can be worked on. What is a weakness today can become your greatest strength tomorrow. Second, make positive affirmations a habit. Every day, say something out loud that reinforces your confidence. Not empty phrases, but truths that actually convince you. Instead of saying, I am successful, say, I am learning every day and getting closer to my goal. Instead of, I am the best, say, I am capable of improving with every effort. The key is to believe it, because when you believe it, you make it real. If you don't bet on yourself, who will? Believing in yourself isn't arrogance, it's the foundation of everything. If you want to build your best version, you first have to trust that you can. Lesson 20. If you neglect your body, you lose the battle. It's Monday morning. Your alarm goes off, and without thinking, you hit snooze. Just 5 more minutes, you tell yourself, but those 5 minutes turn into 20. When you finally get up, your body feels heavy, your mind is foggy, and you have no energy. You drag yourself to the kitchen and make a double coffee, hoping it'll wake you up. But nothing. You get to work, and before you've even started, you're already exhausted. As the day goes on, by mid-afternoon, you're done. You can't focus, everything feels like a chore, and exercising? Not today, maybe tomorrow. Maybe it's not exactly like this for you. But how many times have you felt drained, sluggish, and unmotivated? And the worst part? You think it's normal? Spoiler, it's not. Do you know what's wrong? You're neglecting your body. Your body is the foundation of everything. If you don't take care of it, it doesn't matter how many goals you have or how badly you want to change your life. You won't get there. Because when your body doesn't cooperate, everything else falls apart. But don't worry, my friend. You're not alone in this. And as always, the Stoics had something to teach us. No surprise there, right? They understood this centuries ago, long before we did. For them, health wasn't a luxury or something secondary. It was a fundamental pillar of excellence. They knew that the body and mind are one. Like the wheels of a bicycle, if one breaks, you don't move forward. You can't aim for mental strength if you're physically falling apart. You can't expect your mind to function if you're not giving your body the right fuel. Look at the example of Loida Zabala. At 11 years old, she lost mobility in her legs. Her life changed overnight. She could have given in to self-pity, convinced herself that there was nothing left to do, that her life was defined by tragedy. But she didn't. She chose to fight. She chose to get stronger. She chose to push her limits and prove that, even when the body is limited, it can still be trained, cared for, and developed. Today, she's a weightlifting champion, representing her country in international competitions. She is living proof that your body doesn't have to be an obstacle. It can be a tool to become your best self. And now tell me, what's your excuse? You don't need to train like a professional athlete, but you do need to do the basics. Think of your body as a car. You can have the clearest destination in the world, but if the engine is broken, you're not getting anywhere. If you're constantly tired, if you have no strength, if your mind shuts down halfway through the day, then your engine is failing. And if the engine is failing, it's because you haven't taken care of it the way you should. Now imagine I give you 2 choices. The first path, you keep living like this. You wake up tired, rely on coffee to function, go through your day drained, with no energy, no motivation. Fatigue piles up, your mind slows down, you lose interest in things you used to enjoy simply because you don't have the energy for them anymore. Days turn into weeks, weeks into years. But the second path? Here, you make a decision. Not a drastic change, not extreme sacrifice. Just one small action to start winning this battle. Which one do you choose? I already know you'll pick the second. So, how do you do it? Starting tomorrow, move. It doesn't matter how, when, or where. Just move. Do whatever works for you. Do you like walking, dancing, swimming? Then do it. And I know what's coming. The usual excuses. I have too much work. I have to take the kids to school. I don't have time. Relax. I'm not asking for much. Just go for a 10-minute walk. Seriously, you can't find 10 minutes? It's not hard. And do it again the next day, and the next, and the next. Before you know it, your body will start asking for it. You'll notice you have more energy, you sleep better, and your mind becomes sharper. Second step, improve just one thing in your diet. Don't jump into extreme diets. Don't cut everything out at once. Don't overcomplicate it. Just pick one habit and improve it. Do you drink too little water? Have one more glass a day? Do you eat too many processed foods? Cut back on just one thing. You don't need to change everything overnight. But you do need to start, because if you don't start, nothing happens. Remember what Seneca said, if we do not take care of our bodies, our minds will also weaken. This isn't about being perfect. It's about doing the work. Consistency is the key. A little movement each day turns into energy. A small change in your diet turns into clarity. One single step in the right direction makes everything else easier. Lesson 21. Stop comparing yourself. Comparisons. Another hot topic, don't you think? If there were a counter for how many times we've looked at others to measure what we lack, it would probably show an absurdly high number. This constant comparison is like carrying a backpack full of stones that don't belong to you, yet you still choose to carry them. The problem isn't in admiring others, it's in thinking you can fill your own gaps by trying to be like them. And I don't blame you. It's almost inevitable when we're surrounded by displays of the perfect life, the perfect car, the perfect house. You know what I mean. Social media feels like a malicious platform designed to make you feel less than. But here's the truth. It's up to you where you choose to focus. Picture this. Imagine you're rowing down a river. You've got your own raft and your own paddles, but instead of rowing, you spend your time looking at the boat next to you. That boat is bigger. It doesn't even have paddles. It's got giant motors. It almost steers itself. And what do you tell yourself? You don't say, "Wow, look at me. I'm proving my worth as a rower despite having less." Be honest, that's not what you'd think, is it? It's probably more like, "Why don't I have that big boat? I always have to work twice as hard to get half as much." See the problem? This isn't just a metaphor, it's the endless scroll on social media. The conversations with your partner about the neighbor's new car. Enough already. While you're stuck in those thoughts, your raft is drifting, stagnant. What good is having your own paddle if you don't use it? Marcus Aurelius wrote centuries ago, "Stop arguing about what a good man should be one. It's not about what others are doing. It's about what you choose to do with your life, your time, and your energy." Do you feel like your achievements aren't enough because you compared them to someone else's? Maybe a friend bought a bigger house, a coworker got a promotion, or someone on social media seems to be living a flawless life. But let me tell you something. What you see from others is just a small part, a facade. You can't measure your life with a ruler that doesn't belong to you. Think of it this way. Comparing yourself to others is like trying to use someone else's compass to find your way. It doesn't work. Only you know where you want to go and what you need to get there. The right compass isn't out there, it's within you. But how do you stop comparing yourself in a world filled with marketing, filters, and aesthetics? Start by taking inventory of your achievements. Recognize what you've accomplished, no matter how small it may seem. Those steps are yours, and no one can take them away from you. Next, create your own goals. Define what truly matters to you, not what others say should matter. And my friend, practice gratitude. Instead of focusing on what you don't have, appreciate what you do have. Gratitude will shift your perspective. The Stoics taught us that true success isn't about surpassing others, but about surpassing the person you were yesterday. That's the only comparison that makes sense. Let me leave you with one last question. What could you achieve if you stopped wasting your life looking sideways and focused only on your own path? The answer isn't in what others are doing, it's in what you decide to do from now on. So drop that backpack full of stones that don't belong to you and start rowing with strength. Because here's a secret, my friend. Your life doesn't need to be better than anyone else's. It needs to be authentic and aligned with who you are. Lesson 22. Be like an ant. Ants. Those tiny creatures that seem insignificant but hide incredible qualities. Have you ever stopped to observe them? Have you noticed how, despite their size, they seem capable of moving mountains? Ants don't waste time, they don't complain, they don't stop, and most importantly, they never lose sight of their goal. Now imagine what you could achieve if you adopted that same mindset. Think about it. Ants don't have a perfect plan or a detailed map. They don't need to know every step of the way before they start. They just work, step by step, day by day, trusting that their constant effort will take them where they need to go. Here's the key. They don't try to do everything at once. If they need to carry a huge piece of food back to their nest, they don't haul it in one go. They break it down, carry it bit by bit, and in the end, they achieve what seemed impossible. Sounds logical, doesn't it? But let's be honest. How often do we actually act this way in our daily lives? Hardly ever. Do you know what else makes ants unique? They don't wake up in the morning wasting time wondering what to do, debating whether they feel like gathering food or waiting for perfect weather to start working. They just do it. They have a clear purpose, and they don't shy away from it. They don't pause to ask themselves, is what I'm doing enough? They understand that the sum of small daily efforts leads to big results. Let me ask you, how many times have you avoided starting something because it felt too big or complicated? How many dreams have you set aside because you felt like you couldn't tackle it all at once? Being like an ant means remembering that you don't have to do everything today, but you do have to take the first step. You might think I'm crazy, but ants have a lot in common with Stoics. As Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you respond to it that matters. Ants understand this well. If they encounter an obstacle, they simply go around it. If they fall, they get back up. They don't waste time lamenting because they know that every small effort counts. Picture an ant colony at the start of the day. Ants march one by one, carrying leaves, seeds, or tiny bits of food that seem insignificant. They don't stop to wonder if their small actions will make a difference or whether they should wait for a better day. They just keep moving forward, over and over, bringing their load back home. By the end of the day, those seemingly small efforts add up to something extraordinary. Food for the entire colony, life-sustaining sustenance. That's the power of ants. They don't worry about the size of each task. They focus only on the next step. What seems small or insignificant in the moment becomes something immense over time, thanks to their persistence and determination. So today, I invite you to think, what could you achieve if you were as consistent as an ant? If you broke your goals into small, manageable actions and simply started? No excuses, no distractions. It doesn't matter how big the challenge is. The only thing that matters is the next step. Be like an ant, persistent, patient, and focused. Because, my friend, mountains aren't moved in one giant push, but grain by grain they can be conquered. Lesson 23. Embracing change. Think about it. How often do we resist change, clinging to what feels safe and familiar, even when it no longer serves us? The Stoics teach us that change isn't something to fear or avoid. It's an essential part of life. It's the force that drives us to grow, to learn, and to become better versions of ourselves. Change is never easy, but it's necessary. And when we look at it through a Stoic lens, we start to see it not as a threat, but as an opportunity to transform. Imagine standing at a crossroads in your life, unsure of what's ahead. It's in these moments that change feels the most intimidating. But what if, instead of fighting it, we decided to welcome it? As Seneca wisely said, change is the law of life, and those who only look to the past or the present are sure to miss the future. His words remind us that resisting change is like holding onto a ship that has already set sail. We can't go backward, and staying still isn't an option. Our ability to adapt is key in this process. Being flexible and open to change builds resilience, which allows us to face life's challenges with determination. This resilience isn't just about getting through tough times. It's about growing and flourishing despite them. Change also gives us the chance to rethink our priorities and align our lives with our deepest values. Often, it's during these moments of transition that we gain the most clarity and rediscover what truly matters to us. When we embrace change, we open ourselves up to new experiences, new learning, and personal growth. It pushes us out of our comfort zones and encourages us to explore new horizons, enriching our life experience in ways we never expected. Accepting change is more than just going with the flow. It's about trusting that there's wisdom in the twists and turns of life. It's an affirmation that, despite the uncertainties and unexpected events, we have the strength to face it all. To embrace change with a Stoic attitude is to declare our belief in our own ability to navigate life with grace, resilience, and a deep sense of purpose. It's a journey toward acceptance, adaptability, and transformation, where each change brings us one step closer to realizing our true potential. Lesson 24. Learn to be alone without feeling lonely. You're at home. Total silence. You check your phone. Nothing. You step outside, see groups of friends laughing, couples holding hands, people caught up in their own worlds. And there you are, feeling lonelier than an umbrella in the desert. But wait, why does being alone have to be a bad thing? The philosopher Schopenhauer once said that people fear solitude because they can't stand their own company. And it's true. Many avoid being alone because facing themselves can be terrifying. But listen, learning to be alone without feeling lonely is a powerful skill. It's in those moments of solitude that you can truly discover who you are and work on becoming your best self. Marcus Aurelius understood this well. Nowhere can man find a quieter retreat than in his own soul. Think about it. He was an emperor, surrounded by advisors, armies, an entire empire at his disposal. And yet, he knew that real peace didn't depend on anything external. It was something internal, something built from within. Now tell me, do you find yourself needing music, social media, or any kind of distraction just to avoid silence? You're not alone. Our brains are wired to avoid discomfort. We seek company, noise, and constant stimulation because being alone with our thoughts can be uncomfortable. But here's the twist. That discomfort is the key to growth. So how do you go from feeling lonely to actually enjoying your own company? Here are 3 ways to do it. First, take yourself on a date. Sounds weird? It's not. Plan an outing like you would for a best friend or a partner. Go to your favorite restaurant and actually enjoy each bite. No scrolling on your phone. No hiding behind distractions. Just be in the moment. Second, do something alone that you'd normally do with company. Does going to the movies alone sound awkward? Having coffee at a cafe without someone sitting across from you? Do it. You'll realize that no one is paying as much attention to you as you think. And in fact, it's liberating to do what you enjoy without depending on anyone else. Third, use solitude to understand yourself better. Write. Not on social media, not on WhatsApp. Write for yourself. Jot down how you feel, what you think, what you want to improve. You'll see that when you learn to listen to yourself, you stop needing so much external noise. Remember this, solitude is not a punishment, it's an opportunity. If you learn to enjoy it, you become stronger, more independent, and most importantly, you become the best company for yourself. My friend, you've made it this far. You've absorbed every lesson, strengthened your mind, your discipline, your confidence. But there's one more thing. Something without which everything else falls apart. Because becoming your best self isn't just about what you do. It's also about how you face it. Listen closely, because this is the piece that ties everything together. The final touch to truly becoming your best self. Lesson number 25. Peace is not something you find, it's something you build. Stop for a second and answer this honestly. When was the last time you felt true peace? I'm not talking about those moments when you distract yourself with your phone or binge watch a series to escape reality. I mean that real sense of calm, of clarity, of being at peace with yourself and with life. If you can't remember the last time you felt that, you have a problem. Most people go through life waiting for peace to come to them. When I have more money, I'll be happy. When I get that job, I'll finally feel at ease. When this problem is over, I'll be able to relax. And so, we spend years chasing a mirage, as if peace were some hidden treasure we'll stumble upon one day. But my friend, peace is not something you look for. Peace is something you build. There are people who have lived through chaos, violence, and suffering, and yet they have found peace. Not because someone handed it to them, not because they discovered it on a spiritual retreat, or because the world suddenly decided to be kind to them. They built it. Astrid Medina is a perfect example of this. She endured one of the hardest tragedies. Her father was murdered during an armed conflict in her country. She lost the person she admired most, along with her sense of security. She could have been consumed by rage, by the desire for revenge, by grief. And who could blame her? But she chose a different path. Amidst all that chaos, she took control of her fate and focused on the only thing she could control: her own peace. During the peace negotiations, instead of locking herself in suffering, she found the strength to move forward. She became a coffee grower, worked tirelessly, and today, she is recognized for producing some of the best coffee in the world. She built her peace with every decision she made. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher who was born a slave, understood this better than anyone. He once said, "Men are not disturbed by things, but by the view they take of them." What does that mean? That peace does not depend on what happens around you. It depends on how you choose to face it. Think about it. If Epictetus, as a slave, could find serenity within himself, what's stopping us from doing the same? Of course, we're not living in ancient Rome. We live in a hyper-connected world, flooded with information, stress, and mental noise. We say we want peace, yet we keep filling our lives with things that steal it from us. Thich Nhat Hanh, a Vietnamese Buddhist monk, explained this with a simple metaphor. Your mind is like a glass of water with dirt at the bottom. If you constantly shake it, the water becomes cloudy and you can't see clearly. But if you let it sit, the dirt settles and the water becomes crystal clear again. So tell me, are you letting your mind settle, or are you still shaking it with unnecessary worries? And here's another key question. Are you waiting for peace to come to your life, or are you doing something to build it? If it's the second one, then it's time to change things right now. First, create pockets of calm in your day. You can't find peace if you're surrounded by chaos 24/7. Set aside at least 10 minutes a day to sit in silence. No distractions, no notifications, no external noise. Let your mind breathe. Second, learn to let go of what you can't control. How many times do you stress over things that are completely out of your hands? Traffic, other people's opinions, the past, the future. None of that is yours to control. Instead of wasting energy on what's beyond your reach, focus on what you can manage: your attitude, your effort, your response. Third, practice radical gratitude. Most people seek peace by waiting for life to change, but peace comes when you choose to appreciate what you already have. Every day, find at least one reason to be grateful. And don't just go for the obvious ones. Don't just be thankful for food or shelter. Be thankful for the person who made you laugh, for that quiet moment of rest, for the hot coffee that gave you a pause in your day. Remember, peace isn't something you'll find in a distant place. It's something you decide to build every single day, with every thought, every action, and every choice, to become the best version of yourself. Lesson 26. Developing emotional resilience. When life throws challenges our way, it's normal to feel a mix of emotions: anger, sadness, frustration. These feelings are part of what makes us human. But what truly matters isn't just what we feel, it's how we handle those emotions. This is where emotional resilience comes in. It's like a superpower for those who learn to cultivate it in their daily lives. Emotional resilience helps us navigate life's storms with dignity and come out even stronger. It's about recognizing and understanding our emotions, then choosing constructive actions to move forward instead of letting our feelings take control. The Stoics had a lot to say about this topic. Marcus Aurelius put it simply when he said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This Stoic wisdom teaches us that even though we can't always control what happens to us, we can always control how we react. And that's the core of emotional resilience. It's knowing that while we can't change our circumstances, we do have the power to choose our response. Our emotions don't have to dictate our actions. Seneca also offered valuable advice on dealing with adversity. He reminded us that difficulty strengthens the mind, just as work strengthens the body. Life's challenges are opportunities to build and show our character, to grow our resilience. When we approach our feelings with patience and clarity, we become wiser and stronger over time. The first step to building emotional resilience is self-awareness. It's all about understanding what we're feeling and why we're feeling it. Intense emotions are normal, but instead of reacting on impulse, we can choose to respond in a way that aligns with our values and long-term well-being. Daniel Goleman, a pioneer in the study of emotional intelligence, emphasized the need to balance our emotional responses. He showed us that managing our emotions is key, not by ignoring them, but by not letting them control us. Researcher Brené Brown, known for her work on vulnerability and resilience, also highlights the importance of accepting and understanding our feelings. Part of developing resilience is facing our emotions, really getting to know them and learning from them. When emotions run high, we should give ourselves permission to feel them fully, and then take a step back to reflect on what triggered those feelings. This reflection helps us recognize patterns in our emotional responses and better understand what sets them off. So the next time you're feeling overwhelmed, remember that it's okay to experience those emotions. They're part of what makes you human. But also remember that you have the power to choose how you respond. Aim to act in ways that align with your deepest values and long-term goals. To build your emotional resilience even further, practice mindfulness, self-compassion, and patience. Equip yourself with coping strategies that guide you through tough emotions with grace and clarity. Developing emotional resilience empowers you to face life's challenges with courage and calm, helping you emerge stronger and more self-aware in the process. Lesson 27. Memento Mori. Remember that you will die. The idea of memento mori in Stoicism isn't there to frighten us or make us anxious. It's a reminder that life is short, and we shouldn't sweat the small stuff. Instead, we should focus on what really matters. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, talked a lot about how quickly life passes by. He warned us not to waste time on things that don't matter. He urged us to live a life full of purpose. He even said, "Dying is an art, and to know how to die, you must learn to live well." But how can we integrate the concept of memento mori into our lives without it turning into a threatening shadow? It all starts with a shift in perspective. Rather than seeing death as something terrifying, we can view it as a powerful drive to live fully. It's about embracing the present moment and not delaying our desires or aspirations for an uncertain future that isn't guaranteed. Think about the things you've been putting off. Maybe it's a passion you haven't pursued, reconnecting with loved ones, or simply enjoying the small joys of daily life, like watching a sunrise in nature or savoring a good book with a cup of coffee. Memento Mori reminds us not to take our time for granted. It urges us to live authentically, express our feelings, and be present here and now. When we become aware that our time is limited, we cherish our experiences more and live more consciously. It helps us find gratitude for the people and moments we have in our lives. In today's fast-paced world, it's common to get caught up in the daily routine. We often take moments with our loved ones for granted. The family dinners, the everyday conversations, even the laughter and celebrations. These moments fade into the background, and we don't give them the attention and value they deserve. Picture this. One day while you're at work, you get an urgent call about a loved one in a critical situation. You don't know what's going to happen. Suddenly, every little gesture and word you took for granted rushes to your mind. You've lived as if everything would always stay the same. But now, the pain and uncertainty reveal the obvious. Life is fleeting. In moments like these, the idea of memento mori gains a profound meaning. The absence becomes a painful reminder of how time is fleeting and how we can't get back what we've lost. This experience teaches us to cherish every moment and every relationship before it's too late. So let's use this Stoic principle not as a source of fear, but as a motivation to grow, to be grateful, and to appreciate even more this gift called life. Let's live in such a way that when our final moment comes, we can look back without regrets, knowing that we have lived, loved, and fully appreciated the incredible journey that is life. It's amazing how such a simple concept can have such a deep impact on our lives. It's about shifting our focus to what we already have instead of lamenting what we lack. Lesson 28. Practicing compassion and empathy. Practicing compassion and empathy is essential for contributing to a world that's more beautiful, and kind. The Stoics believed deeply in the power of compassion and empathy. They saw all humans as connected, teaching that being kind and understanding toward others is at the heart of living a good life. In the words of the wise philosopher Seneca, wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness. In his writings, Seneca encourages us to show empathy, even to those who've hurt us. We have to recognize that they're often reacting from their own struggles and limitations. But how do we actually practice compassion and empathy in our daily lives? It all starts with truly listening. Taking the time to pay attention to the stories, experiences, and emotions of those around us. It's about putting ourselves in their shoes, understanding their struggles, fears, and hopes. This act of empathy builds bridges between us, creating a sense of connection and a shared humanity that runs deep. Another way to cultivate compassion and empathy is through small acts of kindness. It doesn't matter how minor they may seem. A smile, a kind word, or simply offering a listening ear can make a significant difference in someone's day. When we are present and genuinely attentive to others, we communicate that they are important, that their feelings and experiences truly matter to us. Modern psychology supports what the Stoics taught about compassion and empathy. These qualities not only make our relationships stronger, but also boost our own emotional health. When we care for others, we feel a deeper sense of belonging, purpose, and joy. Carl Rogers, a well-known psychologist, showed how powerful empathy can be in therapy and in everyday connections. His approach focused on the idea that showing understanding and kindness can change both the person who receives it and the one who gives it. This simple act creates real emotional well-being and genuine human bonds. Rogers's teachings remind us that by nurturing our empathy, we grow our ability to understand and respond to the emotional needs of those around us. This results in deeper connections and a more profound sense of satisfaction in our relationships. Remember, behind every face you encounter, there is a story. Behind every action, there is a reason. When we make the effort to understand each other and to show care, we slowly transform the world into a more compassionate and loving place. Lesson 29. Don't get distracted from your goal. Have you ever tried walking in a straight line while looking to the sides? If you haven't, give it a shot and tell me what happens. It's impossible, right? Every time you turn your head, your body shifts off course. The same thing happens with your goals and your time. Every time you let yourself get distracted from your objective, you move further away from what you truly want. It may sound dramatic, but trust me, it's the truth. And honestly, it's not entirely your fault. We live in a world built to distract us. Social media, endless notifications, and meaningless tasks pull our attention like a black hole. Did you know that major corporations have entire teams of engineers and psychologists designing algorithms to keep you hooked? Creepy, right? But true. And the worst part? These distractions don't just steal your time, they drain your mental energy. How can you focus on what really matters when everything around you is trying to pull you into its trap? Let me paint you a picture. Imagine you're carrying a bucket of water, representing your energy. Your goal is to take that bucket to the end of a path and use it to water a tree you've been nurturing, your dream, your purpose. But as you walk, you stop at every corner, spilling a bit of water here and there, a few minutes on social media, saying yes to something that doesn't matter, doing tasks you should have said no to. By the time you reach the tree, the bucket is empty, and your dream remains dry, unable to grow. See the problem? Every distraction is a leak in your energy that could be invested in yourself, in what helps you grow, in what truly matters. 2,000 years ago, there were no social media platforms, yet Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you seek tranquility, do less, but do what's essential." That's the key. It's not about doing more, it's about doing what matters. It's about learning to say no to anything that pulls you off your path. Prioritizing yourself means protecting your attention as if it's your most valuable resource, because it is. You can't let the noise of the world steal your focus. This doesn't mean isolating yourself, but it does mean being mindful of how you use your time and energy. Think about it. How many days have ended with you feeling like you accomplished nothing meaningful? That's the price of distractions. But when you start cutting them out, everything changes. Suddenly, you gain clarity. Your energy flows toward your goal, and every day, you take another step forward, toward your dreams, not where the algorithms want to lead you. So, my friend, the next time something tries to pull you away from what really matters, remember the bucket and the tree. Protect your energy, focus your attention, and stay the course. Because at the end of the day, no one else is going to water that tree for you. It's yours, and only you can make it flourish. Lesson 30. Life is now. Yes, it sounds obvious, but listen, my friend. Life is now. It wasn't yesterday, and it won't be tomorrow. Yet we live as if time is endless, as if there will always be another day to enjoy, to love, to chase our dreams. Be honest with me. How many times have you put off something important for when you have time? Maybe telling your mom how much she means to you, starting that personal project, or simply taking a moment to breathe and savor life. Does this sound familiar? When I retire, I'll finally enjoy life. Yeah? So let me ask you, what if you don't make it to retirement? What if life has other plans, and this is the only moment you have to truly live? Let's not even be so dramatic. Imagine you do reach that long-awaited retirement. Ah, finally, free time. Now you can enjoy life, right? But the years haven't been kind. Maybe your knees won't let you travel the way you dreamed. Think about it. You've spent your entire life waiting for the perfect moment, not realizing that life has always been happening right here, right now. There is no better time to live than today. Every day you spend dwelling on the past or dreaming about the future, you're letting go of the only moment that's truly yours, this one. The Stoics understood this deeply. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do not act as if you have 1,000 years to live. Time is slipping away. Act now." Picture an hourglass in front of you. Each grain of sand represents a moment of your life that will never return. Now ask yourself, are you spending those grains on something meaningful, or are you letting them fall without even noticing? We live caught between two illusions, regret for yesterday and hope for tomorrow. But the truth is, neither the past nor the future is under our control. All we have is the present. How many times have you sat at the table with your family but spent the moment checking your phone or worrying about your to-do list? You don't need massive changes to start living in the now. Sometimes, it's as simple as looking into the eyes of the people you love and giving them your full attention. Life is not a rehearsal. There are no second chances. What matters is what you do with this moment. Because in the end, nobody remembers perfect days. What they remember are the real moments, those times when you were truly present. So stop postponing. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Live today. Look around you and appreciate what you have, even if it isn't perfect. Because believe me, life isn't about what's coming. It's about what's happening right now. Lesson 31. Transformation through gratitude. Picture this. You're standing in line at the grocery store, waiting to pay. There are more people than usual, and you can already feel the frustration building. You're late, and there's still so much to do when you get home. Now pause for a second. What if, instead of getting impatient, you decided to practice gratitude? You take a deep breath and look around, noticing the small things, the fresh smell of bread from the bakery, the friendly smile from the person next to you, and the simple fact that you have the means to buy food for yourself and your family. Almost like magic, your irritation fades away, and you start to feel grateful for the little joys in your everyday life. You've just experienced the power of gratitude. You've just turned an annoying moment into one of connection and appreciation. Gratitude is more than just saying thank you. It's a powerful practice that can shift how we see the world. It teaches us to focus on what we already have, instead of dwelling on what we're missing. Gratitude shines a light on the positives, turning challenges into moments of joy and contentment. The Stoics knew just how powerful gratitude could be, and they often spoke about its role in shaping a good life. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, encouraged us to start each day by reflecting on the simple gift of being alive. He taught us to appreciate things we usually take for granted: the ability to breathe, to think, to love. These are everyday miracles that often go unnoticed, but they form the true foundation of a fulfilling and grateful life. When we embrace this mindset of gratitude, it makes us stronger when facing adversity. It helps us see the positives even in difficult times, and it strengthens our bonds with the people around us. This sense of gratitude doesn't just lift our spirits. It connects us on a deeper level with others and with the world itself, making each day feel a little more meaningful. When we express gratitude, we're not just increasing our own happiness. We're also creating a more positive and compassionate environment. Gratitude is a powerful tool that helps us approach life with a sense of appreciation and awareness. By practicing gratitude, we transform our perspective and open our hearts to the beauty and richness that life offers. So, let's take a moment each day to be thankful. Be grateful for that morning cup of coffee, the fresh air on your face, or the warmth of the sun on your skin at sunset. Lesson 32. Don't fear falling, learn to rise. How many opportunities have you let pass because you were afraid to fail? How many times have you said no to something that deep down excited you, but of course, you didn't feel ready to take the leap? Let me be clear with you. Those are all excuses. They sound plausible because your brain knows you so well. Yes, you heard that right. And no, this isn't a scolding, it's a way to help you see things as they are. We've all been there. The fear of stumbling sometimes pushes harder than the excitement of something new. We freeze, we doubt, and we stop moving forward. But here's the problem. If you don't dare to fall, you won't get hurt. But you also won't live the life you could have lived. Do you know what people regret most on their deathbeds? Exactly. They regret not seizing those moments, those opportunities that life gives you, perhaps only once. They regret wasting their time by not daring to fail. Imagine you're building a bridge toward your best self, toward the life where you're truly focused on yourself, without wasting a single moment. Every mistake, every stumble, is like a plank that wobbles beneath your feet. Is it uncomfortable? Yes. Is it scary? Also, yes. Terrifying even. But if you stop moving forward because one plank isn't stable, you'll never finish crossing the bridge. The key isn't avoiding those shaky planks. It's learning to step on them with confidence and keep going. As Marcus Aurelius said, what stands in the way becomes the way. Falls aren't obstacles to your progress. They are the tools that allow you to build it. Think about this. What would you do if you knew that every stumble brought you closer to the life you desire? If you understood that falling isn't a setback, but part of the growth process? Being stoic means accepting the reality of falling and using it as an opportunity to become stronger. Yes, I know this all sounds beautiful, but when you're in the heat of the moment, the stumbles can be terrifying. So here's something that might help you next time life challenges you. Every time you make a mistake or feel stuck, unsure of whether to move forward or stay where you are, pause and reflect. Ask yourself, what did I learn from this? How can I apply it to improve? Every stumble carries a lesson that prepares you for the next step. Focus on what you can control. Yes, it's a Stoic classic, but it works. Don't waste your energy on what's already happened. Focus on what you can do today to move forward, and don't forget to start again. Every time you rise, you're not starting from scratch. You're starting from experience. Listen closely. No one will remember your falls, but everyone will see how far you went in the end. Don't waste your life fearing falls, because each stumble holds an opportunity to grow, to move forward, and to rise stronger. So take that first step, and if you fall, get up with even more strength. What truly matters isn't how many times you fall, but how many times you choose to keep going. Let those falls become the stepping stones that build the path toward your best self. With each step you take after rising, you'll gain strength, clarity, and confidence in yourself. So, tell me, what's holding you back today from trying one more time? Share it with me in the comments and stay just a bit longer. What's coming next will show you the final step to a life well lived, filled with meaning and value. I invite you to apply these lessons to your daily life and stop wasting your time. This isn't something that will happen overnight, but every small step you take will bring you closer to the full and meaningful life you deserve. Be the person who, instead of comparing themselves or fearing failure, rises with determination and keeps building their own path. If you've made it this far, write in the comments, "Today, I change my life." That way, I'll know who the true Stoic warriors are who made it to the end. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and give this video a like so you don't miss out on what's coming next. I also invite you to check out our playlist, which you'll see on the screen. It's packed with ideas, stories, and advice to help you navigate life with more wisdom and confidence. Click it, and let's keep moving forward together. Until next time, take care and keep embracing your inner Stoic.